welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the one, the only deltarune. Thank God. Yes, God. Y'all, we are getting a new chapter. We're getting a new chapter. We're getting a deltarune summer. Like, I used to pray for times like this. Like, seriously, not only are we getting two deltarune summers back to back, but like we literally only had to like wait a year, and the update's free. Like, oh my god. By the time you're watching this, chapter 5 was announced, I want to say 3 days ago. I don't know, we'll put the date up on the screen. Today I went to talk about how I got into deltarune, because I've been a deltarune fan since chapter 1 came out. I'm not as big of an Undertale fan as I am a deltarune fan, but like we're gonna talk a little bit about my journey with Undertale, all that good stuff. So like grab a snack because I'm probably gonna be here a while. I originally got into this fandom through a edit. Y'all mind, it was actually, or I don't know if it was an edit or if it was an animatic, but I'm gonna link the channel in the description because it was a YouTube animation, and I went on a ramble for like 2 minutes and I actually just realized that I got my stories mixed up, so like forgive me. I originally was into deltarune before I got into Stray Kids, so I found out about Stray Kids through this deltarune animation. Again, I'm gonna link it in the description, but like it's peak. I'm so sorry, it's peak. I still will go back and rewatch it to this day. It's just like everything. But yeah, I was just like hearing about it online, I guess. Like I don't remember like where I heard about deltarune, but my friends at the time, my boyfriend at the time was really into Undertale, or actually he might have just been my friend at that point, but he was super into Undertale. I was kind of like, you know, like I was on the outskirts, but I was more of a Sonic fan, more of a Pokemon fan. I'm just like reading about it. I'm like looking at like the fan wiki and all that good stuff. I eventually hear about chapter 1 releasing, and this is where I like just dive into the rabbit hole. I love an RPG, first off, like I just have to get that out the way. And I just feel like the way that Toby just like narrates with like the whole RPG format, I just think that he's so good at what he does. He's like a great narrator. He's great at like the music. Obviously, Rude Buster was on repeat that year. I'm so sorry. I think on my old YouTube channel, it's private, so yeah, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure there's an entire playlist just of like Rude Buster remixes from like 2018, 2019. Like it was a time. You had to be there, truly. I just loved the fun gang. I remember my best friend at the time and I had these Susie and Lancer matching profile pictures on Instagram, and it was such a good time. We were not in contact anymore, but like genuinely some of my fondest memories from high school. Chapter 3 and 4 come out. Now, chapter 2 was kind of revolutionary because it introduced the weird route. It introduced the fact that maybe you can make choices, or at least more choices than we were expecting, because it was only supposed to be one ending. I'm pretty sure that still applies, but the way that you get to that one ending I think is going to be different, and I just the theories. So when chapter 3 and 4 come out, there's so many more theories, y'all. Like the lore goes so incredibly deep, like I can't even begin to explain it all, but like just know that there's like icebergs upon icebergs of information. With chapter 3 and 4, specifically chapter 3, we get to learn a lot more about like the fun gang's personalities. We get to learn more about how the light worlds and the dark worlds work. I feel like we also learn more about the night, even though like we don't know anything about spoilers if you haven't played like the new chapters, but like the night appears in chapter 3, so like I don't know, it's been out for like a year now. The night appears, and that just like takes the like deltarune side of the internet by storm. Like genuinely nobody was expecting it to like appear this early. I believe the most popular theory is that Des is the night, and like I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't feel like Toby would like just pull the rug out from under us for the sake of like doing it, but like you never know. Like it is his game after all. I also really enjoy chapter 4, specifically for all of the like religious undertones and everything. I believe it's set in a church, and then there's 3 different sanctuaries. I think the organ like gameplay is really cool too. I don't know how to like describe it because like I also haven't completed like the newer chapters, but like just watching people play it and everything, I was just like, this is so cool. Like I just haven't seen another game like this, and like I don't know, it just had me like nerding out a bit. So I thought that was really cool. I know that this person is very problematic, and we don't talk about them anymore for good reason. But I did used to watch Shay's speedruns. I used to watch Shay's like playthroughs and everything, and like theory videos about like the night, because they were a really big figure in the Undertale and Deltarune like community. And yeah, I just felt like I needed to mention that. I obviously do not support this person because like they're a freaking weirdo, but like it was a part of my journey, and I feel like I need to acknowledge it. So I also want to get into the shipping part of the fandom because I am a multi-shipper. Y'all mind? Y'all mind? I really got into Suzel at this time, of course, of course. And I also really enjoy Cruzy. I don't know. I think there's just something about their dynamic that's like so fun. It's low-key kind of sapphic coded too, but also like bestie coded. And like, I don't know. I just think that it's really fun. I am really excited to see how Kris's storyline kind of like converges with like Susie's storyline, because Susie's kind of like the hero right now, and Kris just has all these secrets, and like I'm so excited to see like how the story plays out, because there's so many directions it could go. Even like Susie's reaction to like Kris working with the knight question mark, or at least like having some sort of a weird thing with Carol. There's so much there. There's so much there. I am curious about how the story is going to end. I believe this next chapter covers the festival, and I think some people were saying that it's supposed to be like a reprieve or like a lighter type something or other, a lighter story than chapters 3 and 4. I guess chapter 3 was kind of light too, but then Tenna had to come along and like ruin everything. All jokes, I love Tenna. I'm curious about who the knight is. I'm curious about how Susie, Kris, and Ralsei are gonna like defeat the roaring question mark, or how they're gonna stop the roaring, or if the roaring is inevitable. Like, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how that plays out. Also curious to see how Noelle's story finishes, if she is going to be reunited with Des, or if it's going to be like a really tragic something or other. I'm also interested in how Rudy Holiday's story ends. Like, I feel like we're right in the middle of the story too. Like, there's 7 chapters. We're on chapter 4 right now, and there's so many loose ends and like storyline, like plot lines that need to be tied up, and I'm curious. I'm curious. Yeah, girl. I am just so incredibly excited for this new chapter. Let me know like if you have any like theories on what's gonna happen, because I saw that if you invert the colors for the chapter 5 like screen on the Deltarune website, it's yellow and pink, which are the colors of Friends. So lots of implications there. Again, so much storyline we still have to get into. Like, I'm so excited. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.